Hey everyone, it's Fred here from Hillians Bricks and I hope you're well. In today's video I'm going to be talking why I expect a big price increase in the UK versus elsewhere in terms of Legos. Now, we are in the middle of August and in the beginning of August the US, Canada and Australia already saw some price increases on the Lego. It was predominantly aimed at the adult market and also some of the bigger sets that generally got quite hefty price increases, some of up to 20-25%. And it was mainly on sets that are also not retiring, so sets that are likely to retire didn't get a price increase. Also sets that are more aimed at children, the smaller value ones or the newer ones, they didn't necessarily have any significant price increases. So why am I thinking this is going to happen? But before we're going to go into it, it's important from our perspective to understand here in the UK and Europe how the Lego supply chain is set up. Now, all the sets, when you typically order them on lego.com, we don't have a UK warehouse or logistics hub for Lego. This all comes from Belgium when you buy a Lego set, so it gets shipped from Belgium to the UK to all the customers directly. If you order some pick bricks online, they tend to come from Poland. So those are the things that come from Europe. Now, one thing we've noticed, if when you order from Europe, we've got a thing to call Brexit to thank a lot for. When I order from Amazon Germany, I always mention it on my Friday Lego deal videos and everything like that. Try and aim for less than 180 euros, because above that an import duty kind of kicks in. And on Amazon it's kind of very visible when that happens, and as soon as it happens it's like 35 pounds or more that Amazon charges for it. So the real threshold for import duties is 135 pounds. So that's the official, if you Google it, you'll see 135 pounds is when the threshold for that should be passed on to the customer. And this is why I think we might get an extra price increase here in the UK. This has been going on for a few years now, since Brexit got implemented. But Lego at the time probably didn't want to make a political statement or anything like that. And they've been absorbing this rate, because we did not get a price increase on Lego when this happened. So Lego have actually been absorbing this for however many years this has been going on now. So it's typically, a duty percentage they pay for, but I think the biggest issue that they have is the paperwork. It's a lot more complexity to ship into UK due to Brexit, at least from Europe. And I think they necessarily probably had to have extra headcount or outsource this service to another provider to do this. So until now, Lego have been absorbing this cost. So I think now with the upcoming price increase and the inflation and thing that's happening, I think this is an ideal opportunity for Lego to kind of sneak in that extra percentage margin that they need to recover as a kind of way of like compensating for it, without actually saying this is linked to Brexit, and not make like a political statement about it. So I think that's my hunch, not saying it's going to be a fact, why we might see a few extra increases, especially on the bigger sets, right? So this wouldn't apply on the smaller sets because the threshold is 135 pounds. But the big value sets, which lots of Lego sets are above 135 pounds, unfortunately, I see that we might get a few extra pounds added on top of that. So there's also a few counter arguments why they might not do, right? So here's a few of them. So for Lego, the UK is one of the biggest markets in Europe, if not the biggest. I think with Germany, we're quite a big market for customer base. Lego is very committed to the UK market. They're still investing lots of money into the UK. We just saw it with the reopening of the Leicester Square store, the biggest store in the world now. So, that will have cost them quite a few million to put that investment in there. So they definitely are committed to the UK. They've also got a large office presence in the UK. So quite a lot of people who work for Lego in this country. When you often see post job adverts for Lego, it's either in Billund or London. So I think they kind of see them as like two key offices. So yeah, I think Lego's still very much committed to the UK. But also when we look at the currency exchange rate, so Lego is a company that's based in Denmark, so that's their official currency, the Danish crown. And over the past 2-3 years, the British pound has actually strengthened in value against the Danish crown by about 10%. So that could kind of offset, that every single pound that gets generated here is kind of worth more now in absolute terms in Danish crowns, which is their reporting currency. Now, I don't think that's their main currency necessarily for what they buy all their raw materials at, so it could be irrelevant. But nevertheless, whenever they generate money from the UK, they generally do okay. So that could potentially counter-argue why they would need to have a heftier price increase in the UK than elsewhere. But I guess We'll have to wait and find out till the 1st of September. I did a video, as I said, for US, Canada and Australia, which sets to have a price increase on the 1st of August. I intend to do the same for UK and Europe on the 1st of September, so stay tuned for that. Let me know in the comment section if you agree or disagree with it. I didn't want to make a political statement. It's just purely based on the fact why I think this might be a bit of an extra cost passed on to the UK consumer, unfortunately. Well, I guess we'll have to find out till the 1st of September and see if my hunch was right. But yeah, thanks for watching, and we'll see you again soon. Bye for now.